Okay, now that you have your contour line drawing done of either one pumpkin or a group of pumpkins, it's time to add the shading and value. You can use any of the techniques you learned about. It's up to you. You can look at pictures of pumpkins on your computer or the ones that I put in and see where you need to add the value system. So I'm going to pretend that the light's coming from this upper corner here. So everything on this side of the pumpkin will be dark, right? Because the light's coming across here and it's hitting this side of all the pumpkins. And back here is a little bit in shade. So it's just like the spheres that we drew. So I'm holding my pencil on its side. Maybe I'll just do this whole big guy first. Okay, so it's darkest back here because the light can't get back here. It's dark there because the stem's in the way and the light can't get back there. Now it's going to get a little bit lighter as we go around the face of the pumpkin. So again, you're sort of adding and subtracting. Also with a pumpkin, with these ridges, the light can't get in there where that ridge is. So within each ridge, it's a little bit dark in there, right? So I'm just going to sort of indicate that now for myself. Also, the light can't quite get under here, right? It's a little darker under there. The light is hitting mostly right here. You can imagine it. So I'm just kind of laying in right now. I'm kind of making it up, half looking at the picture of it too. Now I'm going to use the tissue to add some smooth shading. So I'm going to blend it. You don't want to blend it completely because then you just have one value all over it. So even pick a clean spot on the tissue. Otherwise, the tissue becomes a drawing material too, and it spreads some of the graphite around, which is great. You just don't want to spread too much around. Okay, there will be a little shadowing under there, so just sort of put that in. Okay, it's looking all right, but I think I'm going to use my eraser to pull out some light. And this part of the pumpkin's probably the brightest because the light's probably getting there better than anywhere else. Go back in, add a little more, get into those ridges a little bit. Dark down here. So when you're drawing, see, I'm going to use my finger a little too. Always kind of adding and subtracting. I don't like the shape of that stem. I'm going to change it. All right, so that's a basic idea, and then I would keep moving, get down here into this one, and do the same thing. You can use your finger or a tissue. Use your eraser, adding and subtracting. And then we'll have to add the shadows, which will also be on this side. The shadow is even darker, and it helps that pumpkin sit on the table so it doesn't look like it's floating away. And this one too. All right, so I'm going to keep working on that, and you guys are going to work on yours, and we'll see what we get.